In the long history of the Catholic Church, each pope has left a doctrinal imprint through the appointment of cardinals. But with Pope Francis, the line seems to have shifted not only on the pastoral level, but above all on the theological one. The College of Cardinals has become the fertile ground for a new vision of the Church, more inclusive, synodal, open, according to the terms used in official documents. But for many faithful tied to tradition, these words sound like the antechamber of a profound mutation, if not of a rupture, of 5 cardinals in particular embody this progressive trajectory. Their words, their actions, their publications shake the millenary foundations of Catholic doctrine. Some now speak bluntly of a new religion, of an anthropocentric turn, of an ecclesial authority that seems more attentive to the spirit of the times than to the Holy Spirit. Let's see them together and how they could change the Church completely. Cardinal Robert Mroy, recently appointed Archbishop of Washington, is known for his progressive positions on issues such as LGBTQ+, inclusion, immigration, and climate change. He criticized the exclusion of pro-choice Catholic politicians from communion and advocated for greater attention to issues such as racism and poverty. However, his appointment was accompanied by controversy, particularly over his handling of abuse allegations. In 2016, psychotherapist Richard Sipe informed Mroy about alleged inappropriate behavior by then-Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. Mroy said Sipe did not provide enough information to take action. Additionally, Mroy has come under fire for his handling of the Rachel Mastrogiacomo case, which accused priest Jacob Bertrand of ritual abuse. Although Bertrand was later laicized and convicted, some argued that the diocese could have acted more quickly. These controversies raise questions about his leadership and ability to effectively address moral and pastoral challenges in the Church. Cardinal Jean-Claude Hollerich, Archbishop of Luxembourg and General Rapporteur of the Synod on Synodality, is a central figure in the contemporary ecclesiastical landscape. His statements and positions have raised significant debates within the Church, particularly regarding teaching on homosexuality and the role of women. In February 2022, Hollerich stated that the Church's teaching on homosexuality is wrong, arguing that the sociological and scientific basis of this teaching is no longer correct. These statements have led some observers to view them as a potential deviation from traditional doctrine. Furthermore, the Cardinal expressed openness toward the ordination of women, suggesting that the issue could be revisited in the future, despite statements to the contrary from Pope Francis. These positions have fueled discussions about the possibility of significant changes in the doctrine and practice of the Church. As the General Rapporteur of the Synod on Synodality, Hollerich plays a key role in shaping the future of the Church. His vision and proposals could profoundly influence the doctrinal and pastoral direction of the ecclesiastical institution in the coming years. Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez, an Argentinian and close collaborator of Pope Francis, was appointed prefect of the dicastery for the doctrine of the faith in 2023, a crucial role for the safeguarding of Catholic doctrine. His appointment has sparked debate, especially because of his theological positions considered progressive and some past publications. In December 2023, Fernandez signed the Fiducia Supplicans Declaration, approved by Pope Francis, which opens the possibility of blessing couples in irregular situations, including same-sex ones. In addition to doctrinal issues, Fernandez has been at the center of controversy for some of his earlier works. In particular, the book The Mystical Passion, Spirituality and Sensuality, published in 1998, contains explicit descriptions of human sexuality, raising questions about his suitability to lead the Church's main doctrinal body. His positions have drawn criticism from prominent figures within the Church. Cardinal Joseph Zen, for example, said fiducia supplicans creates confusion and suggested that Fernandez should resign. Likewise, Cardinal Gerhard Müller expressed concern about Fernandez's theological orientation, calling it neo-papal and warning against unconditional submission to everything that comes from the Pope. Cardinal Reinhard Marx, Archbishop of Munich and Freising, is a prominent figure in the German and international ecclesiastical landscape. Known for his progressive positions, he has often raised debates within the Catholic Church, particularly regarding the blessing of homosexual unions and priestly celibacy. In February 2018, Cardinal Marx suggested that blessing same-sex couples might be possible in certain pastoral contexts, leaving that decision to the discernment of local pastors and specific individual circumstances. This openness has provoked mixed reactions. While some have seen it as a step towards greater inclusiveness, others have interpreted it as a deviation from the traditional doctrine of the Church. Cardinal Marx also expressed the need for a thorough discussion on priestly celibacy and the role of women in the Church. In March 2019, he said that these issues should be seriously addressed to respond to contemporary challenges and pastoral needs. Cardinal Marx's positions have met with criticism from some theologians and members of the ecclesiastical hierarchy who consider them to be in conflict with the established teachings of the Church. Additionally, in June 2021, Cardinal Marx offered his resignation as Archbishop of Munich and Freising, acknowledging the Church's failure to adequately address abuse cases and stressing the need for reform. Pope Francis rejected his resignation, urging him to continue his service and promote ecclesial renewal. Cardinal Blase J. Cupich, Archbishop of Chicago since 2014, is a prominent figure in the American ecclesiastical landscape, known for his progressive positions on social and moral issues. His leadership has been characterized by a strong commitment to inclusivity and dialogue, but not without arousing controversy within the Catholic Church. Cupich emphasized the importance of listening to and welcoming LGBTQ people into the life of the Church. In a January 2025 article, he stressed that Church leaders should put aside preconceptions and listen to the experiences of LGBTQ+ people, saying that we do best when we listen to others before we speak or pass judgment on them. In 2024, Cupich sparked controversy by attending the Democratic National Convention, offering an inaugural prayer that avoided mentioning issues central to doctrine. Some have interpreted his presence as a sign of support for political positions that conflict with the traditional teaching of the Church. Cupich argued that Catholic politicians who support abortion rights should not be automatically excluded from communion, emphasizing the importance of dialogue and pastoral discernment. This position has generated debate among those who believe that the Eucharist should be denied to those who publicly support positions contrary to Catholic doctrine. Cupich has been a staunch defender of Pope Francis, rejecting criticism of the pontiff from some conservative sectors of the Church. He said that Catholics are not scandalized by Pope Francis and highlighted the Holy Father's global popularity. Cardinal Cupich represents a current within the Catholic Church that promotes an inclusive and dialogical pastoral approach. His positions, although appreciated by some for their openness, continue to provoke debates and reflections on fidelity to tradition and adaptation to modern times. These 5 cardinals are not only protagonists of the present, but architects of a changing church, more synodal, more open, more attentive to the world. But the question is, will it be the church of always or a church forever distorted? Write it in the comments.